What's up, everybody? It's day 363, man. We were almost at a year. And today I was calling, actually, I got told at church from a client that she wants to live in a certain area, and that I decided to reach out and start calling that area, and called all day today, and talked to a couple people that might be interested in selling their home. They have a pool too. I'm pretty excited, and hopefully something works out, because they want to sell their house and then move over into Austin Bridges. Her sister lives there and her mother-in-law lives there, or I mean her in-laws live there. And come to find out, her sister might be moving and might actually be able to buy that house. Like, things just got a little crazy today. But I spent most of the morning making the phone calls, doing what I had to do, chatting with the other people in that neighborhood to see if they knew anything in their mind, and they don't really think about what they actually want to do until you talk them through it. So it was a good experience today to call all those, especially having a client in mind, instead of just making straight cold calls, seeing if anything I could do to help them. It was actually looking for a client, telling them, look, if you have a house that fits my client's needs and you could sell it and we can buy it, let's do this. Let's see what we can come up with. I'm going to call a couple of people back tomorrow and see what they said. They had talked to the wife and, the usual kind of thing. And said everything's for sale. I like those kind of people that think everything is for sale, because in true reality, everything is for sale. If somebody came up and offered me a whole bunch of money for my house, I would sell it in a heartbeat probably and go find something else. We'd find something else pretty easy. And then, checked on what else did I do today? Sent out a bunch of emails from people that I talked to last week and updated my list. Of course, you got to have your list updated for the newsletter, the Allgood newsletter. And that's about it, man. The calls took up most of the day. I mean, it happens. It takes a long time to call about 50, 60 properties, especially when you're leaving custom voicemails. Normally, I just drop voicemails. It's just a little button and it just drops it. And then this time, I was actually leaving custom voicemails every time. And then I would kind of cross-reference. What I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to cross-reference some of the addresses with another website that I have to actually look up to see if I had the right number from the people that I called that I didn't get a hold of. I'm going to check out those addresses and really cross-reference the addresses with the ones with pools that would actually be pretty nice. And then actually call them and look them up instead of using the dialer. Do it by hand. All of it's work in progress. So we're going to see what happens. Maybe I get a listing out of it. Maybe somebody sells and we buy a house. Maybe I just get a listing out of it. Maybe, who knows what could happen. I'm excited about it. And this kind of stuff fires me up when, you got a purpose. You're not just blank dialing. I mean, obviously you got a purpose when you're just blank dialing. But when you have a buyer in mind for looking for a house and she's ready to go and she wants to sell hers and she wants to buy another one, like, it's more exciting to call these people and let them know that, hey, somebody might want to buy your house. It's super exciting. I don't know if any other realtors on here get on there and do cold calls, but I think it's exciting. I think it's fun. And just you get like a little rush from it, and it kind of just like jazzes you up, I mean, it probably doesn't do that to everybody, but it does it to me, especially when you connect with somebody over the phone. Like, that's the hardest thing to do, is connect with somebody over the phone. You got about 5 seconds, maybe 3 seconds to connect with that person to see if you are a good fit, or if, they even like you or they want to talk to you. And sometimes the bad thing about using a cell phone compared to a landline phone back in the day is the fact that the reception isn't always that great. And so sometimes they can't even understand what you're saying. And that just ruins the whole conversation from the get-go. And then you got some people, the salespeople that you call, those people are always the nicest, because they know what it's like to make cold calls, and they usually commend the people that are making the phone calls because they've all been through it. Like, if you've been in sales, you've made some cold calls in your life. I don't care if it was to friends and family or, to some businesses or something like that. You've made cold calls at some point in time, and you've always said, man, this sucks. This is not fun. I don't know why I'm doing this. But once you actually connect with somebody on the other line and you have a good conversation with them, and, if you reach out to them, and maybe you can help them out one day, or they can help you out one day. Like, the world, you have to help other people to make the world go round. Like, that's just all there is to it. And the people that do get mad at you, oh well, I would say something else, but I'm not going to on this live because I don't want to get in trouble. But you just got to brush that off to the side. It wasn't their day. You could probably call them back in a week and they would never even know you called them, and they might be in a better mood. You could have just caught them at a bad time. They could have just had another realtor call them and trying to hard sell them on, I want to list your house and blah, blah, blah. I mean, because even like today I was talking to a lady. Her daughter actually called me back, and so gave me the mom's number, and I called her back, and she was like, oh, I didn't know you were a realtor. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a realtor. And she was like, well, we're not interested in selling. And her daughter just told me that they were interested in selling and that they tried putting it on a year ago and that they still want to sell. And so I was like, well, look, man, I understand that. I'm not trying to sell your house. I'm not trying to list your house. I'm just trying to find out if you guys would be willing to sell, because I have a buyer that is trying to move into Austin Bridges because her in-laws live there and her sister lives there. And then she like completely changed the tune. Oh, let me tell you about the house. And then just starts going on and on and on, talking about her house and, how they want to sell. And are you sure that your client would want such a big house because it was $3,600? Man, if it had a pool, it'd be a money house. Like, we would be just all over it. But hopefully we'll go look at it. And the crazy thing is right next to her sister's house. But her sister might sell, so we don't know. Everything has changed in one day. I've just talked to my client on Monday or Sunday morning, and now here it is Monday evening, and things are already changing. But we do know we're going to buy a house in Austin Bridges, and we're going to sell a house in Quail Creek. So if you know anybody wanting to sell in Austin Bridges, let me know. And I can talk to them, or, if you're going to list it or whatnot, let me know. And other than that, that's all I got for today. I'm going to go find the kids and get ready to go eat some dinner. Y'all have a wonderful day. Go out there and make somebody smile today. Thanks a lot. Bye.